Hi, and welcome to Wrong Way. And this is the first episode of Pimp My PEV, featuring my very own GOTWAY MSS. Let me tell you more about it. Okay, so first up, I'm gonna tell you what Pimp My PEV is all about. Basically, it's going to be a series of videos where I'm going to show you electric vehicles, portable electric vehicles that have been modified by their owners to fit their needs. So this is going to be a showcase of pimped out personal electric vehicles. So, albeit scooters, electric boards, electric unicycles, or even e-bikes. This ain't gonna be devices that are like custom made out of factory, but mostly options and mods that were made by the owner. So yeah, first up I thought that it would make sense to show you my electric unicycle that I own, which is the GOTWAY MSS, which is sold by EUCService.com. Now, this electric unicycle already is a bit modded from the factory. So it's faster, it has a different motor. Basically, I did a review on it, but I don't want to focus on this too much. You can see that I added a lot of stuff here, and most of the stuff is also 3D printed, and there's also some tape which makes it look janky, but I think this look all in all, like the robust and tape and black stuff, fits to the GOTWAY MSX design, or MSP or MSS or whatever. Anyhow, if you would compare this electric unicycle to the original MSP, first thing you notice, it has different pedals, foot plates. These are actually the GOTWAY Monster foot plates, and they were installed by factory. It also has different grip tape. This is vicious grip tape, that's what it's called. It's way more grippy than regular grip tape, and this is a tip I got from EUC Miami. So shout out to EUC Miami, and shout out to Tesla dla Ciebie, because here we are next to Tesla's beautiful electric vehicles. And thanks to Daniel, no problem, Mr. Mushroom, for recording. Okay, anyhow, moving on. I have a lot of 3D printed stuff on this electric unicycle, and this is all, most of the stuff is by a shop called Hulaj Market, which resides in Poland, but I'm sure there are like also other shops near you or in your country where you can get 3D printed accessories. So first thing you notice right up in the front is the bumper. So MSXs have the tendency to fall flat on their face when they fall, and that's where you destroy the shell. So this is a thing I got just to make sure that I don't destroy the shell a second time, because the first time I actually destroyed a bit, it still needs to be replaced. And I put, it's basically installed with a tape, like double-sided tape, and it holds on pretty nicely. Then I also have some black tape, like more powerful tape, just to keep all the stuff pretty much planted. Now, another thing you can notice here, if you make a close-up here, there is a laser. But this is also a feature added by EUCService, so I didn't install it, just wanted to let you know. If you hear the 5 times beep, it will show up on the road in front of you. I also made a video about it. Then you can see the wrong light. Now that's a thing a friend of mine installed, Artem. He did the project himself, and maybe his GOTWAY Monster, which is like modded, I think it's like the most modded monster. I mean, it looks really extreme. Maybe it'll be on another episode of Pimp My PEV. Did this small flap here. So if you look on the wall here, you can see that the beam is like cuts right here. And if I wouldn't have this flap, basically the MSP light with my pedal setting shines on the top of the trees. I mean, it's really bad, especially for oncoming cyclists. So this is why I got this installed. You can see that if I would just move it, yeah, the beam would go up. So that's why I have it installed. It works perfectly fine. So as long as you're like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 meters apart from the electric unicycle, you won't get blighted by these really, really powerful T6 diodes. Yeah. So this is a thing we have installed here as well. There's also actually like aluminum tape on the bottom of this. So I also have this sort of shape going down. Like there's a strip, maybe I can show you in a different video that makes you also more visible in the night. So this is really important. This makes me want to go out in the night more because I'm not embarrassed anymore to blind all the people. Anyhow, when you look further up here, there's also a lot of tape. I basically just wanted to isolate, you know, all the water coming in, and especially the button is also taped up because if it rains and there's like water coming in here or dirt, it might get a bit messy. So moving on, I also have sort of power pads installed on this unicycle, and they're also 3D printed right here, also from Galway market. And with just the original MSP side pads, it did hurt quite a bit. It was just not enough padding, so I put my original Galway Nicola pads here, and I still have to get used to it because it takes some getting used to with these pads, but it's really much better than it was without the additional side pads from the Galway Nicola. Maybe I'm going to exchange it for these mono customized pads or whatever. I will, you know, check out, but this is what I have for now, and it works, I think, better than without side pads. Yeah, and the MSP is still a bit loud. MSS. Moving on to the back. Gonna turn it off. This is my Galway MSS rear mudguard, and I had to install it because the original Galway mudguard is like this long. I think it doesn't work good enough. So I have this one 3D printed for me from Galway market, and it's also a stand. So this is really, really practical. I like that. There's also some like red material. I think it's reflective, so cars can see you better, and also have some tape here just to let the water not spray like onto the light, which also did happen quite a bit. You can see that the handle it's a bit bent. That's why it doesn't go in like 100%, but it's good enough. You can see that I use these devices quite a bit, and maybe I don't take care of them good enough. So for now, I think these are all the mods of the, all the mods of the GOTWAY MSS I have currently installed. I have some plans for the future. As said, the mono customized pads, maybe that's something I'm going to get. But other than that, I'm actually pretty happy how it is now. It also has an extended battery, but this is again a thing from factory. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pimp My PEV, man. Sorry. Oh, that hurt. And if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you in the next episode. See you soon. Oh no, wait, one more thing. I forgot. I also have these small things, 3D printed things. So normally I can like take this thing, the pedal out with my foot, and that's why I have these, because then I can just boop and go out riding. The same thing is on this side. Whoop, whoop. Now we are done.